Will the Oklahoma City Thunder repeat? Who's the best challenger in the West? We're going to talk about it all in today's NBA team previews. What's good, y'all? I'm back. My name is Jaden, and we are doing some more NBA team previews. The NBA season has already started, and I've kind of fallen behind on my schedule a little bit. I've been busy with work. I took a trip to California, and I just haven't had a chance to record as many videos as I wanted to. So I was going in alphabetical order to examine each NBA team before the season started, but now the season started, and I'm kind of batching the rest of the teams together. Not all in this video, but I'm going to do a couple more videos where we just batch a bunch of teams together that kind of fit in the same theme. And that's how we'll round out the NBA team preview series. So today we're talking about the defending champs, and we're going to talk about all the rest of the contenders in the West that I think could give the OKC Thunder a good run for their money. Disclaimer, I'm not going to be talking about the Nuggets, the Mavericks, or the Warriors. I already did a video on that, which you should check out. But I think that the Nuggets and the Warriors are definitely contenders. I'm a really big fan of the Nuggets this year. I'm really high on the Nuggets. And again, check out my last video. I talk a lot about their team and the way the roster is constructed and Jokic and Murray and all that. I mean, Aaron Gordon started off the season with a 50 bomb, which is just absurd. And I have him in fantasy, so let's go. And then the Warriors, kind of surprising right now. They're 2-1 as of me recording this video. And they look good. Curry looks good, as he always does. Jimmy Butler looks good. They've started Kuminga, which is a little bit surprising. Al Horford, I'm actually a fan of that pickup. Will they stay healthy? Only time will tell. But I actually like the Warriors too. I think the Nuggets and the Warriors are definitely up there in terms of contending with the OKC Thunder in the West. Surprisingly, I even think the Warriors could end as a higher seed than even I predicted in my last video. The Mavericks, I think they're worse than I thought they were going to be. If Kyrie comes back, who knows? Cooper Flag, we'll see how his season goes. But I don't think they've won a game yet. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that team. Anyway, let's get right into it with the new teams that we're talking about today. And we are starting with none other than SGA and his OKC Thunder. Call him a free throw merchant, call him a foul baiter, whatever. This guy knows how to get buckets. He knows how to score. He knows his spots. And yeah, he knows how to draw contact. That's the thing. The difference between him and how he does it versus how Harden does it to get into the line when Harden was in his prime. Like Harden would hit you with a jab, couple crosses, and he would go for the sweep. Like he always is trying to sweep. He'll like lull you to sleep with his tween cross. And then as soon as you put your hand out, he's going underneath and he's sweeping up. SGA is actually attacking the basket and yes, I mean, sometimes he's getting hit like off of pump fakes or off of sweeps, but a lot of the times he's just like drawing the contact and they are fouls. I mean, yeah, call him a free throw merchant, but SGA, he's him. Shout out Canada too. SGA put it on for the Canadians, bro. I love it. I love to see it. All right, so let's start with the roster changes for OKC. I don't think much has changed other than guys are kind of coming back from injury. And then they also have AJ Mitchell now on the roster, who's a really he's good, man. He's a good player. He's filled in for the injured Jalen Williams and Kaysen Wallace when he was out for one game. And dude puts up buckets. He's a great shooter. He's a great floor spacer for them. I really like AJ Mitchell. The interesting thing about this team is that in a way they got better because they just have more guys who can play. I don't think they're going to play them all, especially when they make a deep playoff run. But Nikola Topic hasn't even played a game yet, and he was their rookie from last year. I mean, they just have a deep roster, and nothing has changed from last year other than guys are just getting better and they're adding more depth. So let's talk about what we need to look out for this team and how they'd be able to repeat. I think it all comes down to one thing, and it's can they stay healthy? They're already missing Jalen Williams. Alex Caruso got a concussion in the first game. Chet Holmgren is always kind of a toss-up. And SGA is pretty consistent at staying on the floor. I think that they will rest him a little bit. I think they're going to rest all of their guys throughout the season a little bit, maybe on back-to-backs, maybe later on in the season before playoffs. Do I think that decreases their record at all? No, not really. I think that they still end as the 1 seed. I think they're still clearly the best team in the league off of the small sample size that they have given us for this season so far. And I know that both those two games were close, with the Pacers and the Rockets in terms of the double OT, but they just look better. I think it went into double OT just because, the other two teams were good as well. The Pacers are so funny. This isn't about the Pacers, but they're just so funny. I mean, they're always a next man up team somehow. It just seems to work out. Yeah, I think that the Thunder are still the best team in the league. I don't. Their depth, their defense, their offense, their main guy in SGA. And we haven't seen them with J-Dub again since the finals, who's their second best player. And they already look to be not dominating, but it's weird. They're not winning by a lot, but it looks like they're just the better team. They're more composed. They have confidence. They're deep. So yeah, I mean, if they can stay healthy, I think they're the easy favorites. Do I think they can get knocked off? Absolutely. I actually think that this NBA season is like the most diverse in terms of talent and pool of talent and team talent that we've seen in a really, really long time, which I'm really, really excited about. So OKC Thunder, not much to say about them. I think they're going to as the 1 seed in the West. I think they're going to look good as ever. And it is just about the teams that are going to contend with them and compete with them and challenge them. And let's start off by talking about the one that I think is the best team to challenge them, and that is the Houston Rockets. So obviously the Houston Rockets have added Kevin Durant, Finney Smith. They lost Fred VanVleet, which now has put Amen Thompson at the point guard. It hasn't really worked out for them yet, but I think it's just a patience thing with them. Like, I think we just got to give them a little bit of time, and they will just naturally improve. I think Amen is amazing, and I think that he will be a great point guard for them. I just don't think it's a role he's used to yet, and so it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get into it, because I don't even think they've won a game yet as of me recording this. Regardless, I really like this team. They're the tallest starting 5 in the league when they put Steven Adams at the 5, Şengün, Jabari, KD, and Amen. They're solid. Like, Şengün is a great second option to KD. Amen should be that third option. It's really, like, to me, what to look for this team is just the success falls on Amen and Şengün's shoulders. Like, I know what KD is going to give me every single night. KD's a consistent, lethal scorer who's been in the league for however many years now. And he's the vet that the Rockets needed. He's the scorer that the Rockets needed. He's going to show up and do his job. What are Amen and Şengün going to do? And I think a lot of the success relies on those two guys. I think that both of them have all-star potential this season. Şengün's going to be an all-star, I'm sure, especially with this new World USA format. Amen could be. And maybe I'm biased because I have Amen on my fantasy team and I took him in the second round, and I'm like questioning it a little bit because I took him over Tyrese Maxey. But Amen is a great player. He hasn't shown his ability yet this season, but he definitely did last year. And I think it's just a new role for him that he has to get used to. I think it's going to be a great, great season for the Rockets. I think they will go to the Western Conference Finals against OKC. I think they can beat OKC. I think that the defense is there. I think Kevin Durant being there helps. And I think that the development of the team is only going to improve from here on out. I really like the Rockets this year. All right, let's go to the UNC squad, or the second UNC squad of the West outside of the Warriors, and that's the LA Clippers. I'm high on the Clippers, despite them getting beat down by the Utah Jazz earlier on in the year. I am high on the Clippers. Kawhi looks to be healthy. He had a very bad first game, but after that, he's really picked it up. He had a 30-piece yesterday. He had 27 the game before. Kawhi Leonard is healthy, and he's here. Can he stay healthy? I don't know. In terms of the roster changes, they've added CP3, they've added Brook Lopez, they've added John Collins, they've added Bradley Beal. A couple of umps in Brad and not Collins really, but Brook Lopez and CP3. Man, it's weird seeing Bradley Beal put up games where he has like 4, 6, 5. Like, this dude had a scoring title a few seasons ago, and now it's just, yeah, he's not the same player. Injuries have obviously hindered that. And I'm sure he's going to be great for them. I'm sure he'll get better as the season progresses. And I honestly like the pickup. I know he wasn't great in Phoenix, but I actually like the pickup for this team. What to look out for this year for the Clippers is really just Kawhi and Harden. Can Harden be the leader of this team? How much more does Harden really have left in him? And can Kawhi stay healthy? Because if Kawhi can stay healthy, I think that the Clippers can beat anyone. I think that they can beat OKC, and I think they can beat any team in the East. But can Kawhi stay healthy? We've seen a healthy Kawhi absolutely dominate the playoffs in the past. Wouldn't put it past him to do it again. But can Kawhi stay healthy? And yeah, how much does Harden have left? I mean, he put up 37 and 7 the other day. He's still looking good. It's weird seeing these guys get older after watching them, and like, you know, from 2013, 14, 15, 16, like all the way to now. It's weird seeing them all get older, and it's going to be weird when they retire, but we can enjoy it while it lasts right now. And I think Harden still has some left in the tank. I think that the Clippers will end around that 4 to 5 range, to be honest. I do actually like the Warriors. Like, again, I said that I've had the Warriors lower on my standings despite being a massive Warriors fan, and somehow they've exceeded my expectations in the first 3 games where I think they could bump up. But I think that the Clippers will end kind of that middle of the range of the Western Conference playoffs. I think they're good this year. Staying in LA, we're going to the Los Angeles Lakers, and this is a really weird team for me. Because I'm not that high on them, despite them having Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. Which, by the way, bro, Austin Reeves is just. I'm shocked. Austin Reeves is so much better than I gave him credit for. He had 50 yesterday. He had 50 before Luka had 50 this year, and Luka was close to having 50 the game before. Austin Reeves is a bucket, bro. Like, he single-handedly won them that game against the Kings without Braun and without Luka. Yeah, I'm not giving Austin Reeves enough credit. And maybe I'm not giving this team enough credit. They've added Ayton, they've added Jake LaRavia, they've added Marcus Smart. Like, they have a deeper squad, but Marcus Smart isn't the same guy he was. Jake LaRavia is their starting small forward, and he kind of is unproven. Although I like him as a player, he is a little bit unproven. I don't know how I feel about Ayton. Luka can carry this team. I do think that. He brought the Mavericks to the finals, but the Mavericks were a better roster than the Lakers. Can Braun stay on the floor? That's really it. Austin Reeves is going to improve. Luka's going to be Luka. Luka could win MVP this year. Although Wemby might have something to say about that. We'll talk about the Spurs in a sec. But Luka and AR are going to do their thing, but if Braun needs to play for them to even have a chance at being a good playoff team. And I don't know how much Braun is going to play. It's crazy that he actually is like now getting older, because last year and the season before like, he sat out with injuries sometimes and he was resting, whatever. But this one seems like a little bit more serious, and it seems like they're being a lot more careful with him. But if Braun can stay on the floor, obviously the Lakers can compete with anybody. As I said, I'm a little bit lower on them. I'm thinking they're probably going to fall around that 7-8 spot. I think they're going to be a play-in team. I'm sure they'll be fine when they face one-game elimination with Luka and LeBron on the squad. But that's where I see them falling. I think only time will tell how good this team can be. I think that they can be good. I just don't think they can be great. Next, we're going to take a look at the Timberwolves. Nothing really changed roster-wise for this team, and I think that is something that we actually need to look at, and what will be their storyline this year is we've now seen this team together for a year, I guess, because Randall was a new addition last year, but really, like, everyone outside of Cat has been together for the past few seasons. They've gone to the Western Conference Finals 2 times in a row, but I don't think they're getting better, and so the question is, like, how do they get over the hump? Because they look like the exact same team that they did last year. And other teams in the West are getting better, both the top teams and even the lower teams, like the Blazers, for example. Like, everyone around them is getting better, and the Timberwolves are looking stagnant. You could even argue that they're maybe looking worse. And the only reason I say that is because Gobert is not the same guy anymore. Mike Conley is not the same guy anymore. And I like their squad. Julius Randle's playing amazing. DiVincenzo, I like him. I like Naz Reid. I like Jaden McDaniels. But they're just not getting better. And so I have no idea how they get over the hump. I do think they need to make a move this year. I don't know who it's for, and I don't know what positions they need, or if it's just a lack of depth or whatever. They do have a lack of depth, actually, now that I think about it. But they need to make a change, or else I don't think there is really a chance for them to compete with the Thunder as much as the other teams that we listed. I think they're falling kind of around where the Lakers would fall. I think that they're around that 7 to 8 area, a play-in team that can make the playoffs. Maybe I'm sleeping on them a little bit, but I don't like them as much as the other teams in terms of depth and talent. I could, like, the Clippers, maybe I'm too high on the Clippers, but I really do believe in that squad having Kawhi Leonard healthy again this year, whereas the Timberwolves I'm not that high on. And my final team for the Western Conference contenders is the San Antonio Spurs. I'm shocked right now, and it's very, very early. Like, they're 3-0. Who cares? It's 3 games, whatever. I don't know. If you are watching Wemby, which I'm sure everyone's watching Wemby right now, yeah, league's got to watch out. He is putting up ridiculous numbers. The first game he had like 40 and 15. Next game he had 29 and 11 and like 9 blocks, almost a triple double with blocks. Yesterday he shot poorly from the field and the free throw line, still put up 31, 11 and like 6 blocks, something like. This dude is actually insane. Like he's going to break the league for years to come. And yeah, the Spurs, him alone has put the Spurs into like title contention. I mean, they have other good players. They added Dylan Harper, who looks great. He looks like there are 3 rookies right now, and him, VJ Edgecombe, and I'm not going to put Cooper Flagg to the side. Like it's him, VJ Edgecombe, and Cooper Flagg. That these are your 3 that you're going to be looking at for Rookie of the Year. Ace Bailey could get better eventually. He's obviously had a rough start. He had the flu and stuff like that. So we'll see how he turns out. But those are your 3 that you need to look out for, because all 3 of them, Cooper Flagg is still like kind of getting into it, but the other 2 are playing great right now. And yeah, Dylan Harper is a great prospect for the Spurs. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him versus De'Aaron Fox once they have to answer that question. But for right now, he's playing great. But yeah, I mean, the Spurs are 3-0. Wemby looks amazing. Fox isn't playing. This team is a contender. This team is a lot better than I expected. This team is a lot better than I'm sure a lot of guys expected. And I've heard people say or predict that they're going to be a playoff team. Totally agreed with that. But a championship contender? No. And, you know, again, is it early? Yes. Am I overreacting? Possibly. But Wemby looks that great that they really do look like they could challenge. If I have the Clippers, then why wouldn't I have the Spurs as like someone who could challenge the Thunder? Do I think they're as good as the Thunder? No. Do I think they're as good as the Rockets? No. Do I think they're as good as the Nuggets? No. But they might be the 4th best team in the West right now. They are in that area of the Warriors and the Clippers and the Lakers. And again, maybe it's early, but I really like the squad. The storyline for the season and what to look out for is just Wemby. Just watch this guy. Like he is just something else. Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah. I don't really know where to put them in terms of what I think their standing range could be. I obviously think they're a playoff team. I don't think they actually finish as high as 4 or 5, even though I think that they are as good as some of those other teams. Like I think they could challenge anyone in the playoffs. I think that like 6 area, 7 area, 8 area, kind of like the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I think they fall kind of in that like bottom end of the standings, can get into the playoffs. I think the Spurs are better than those 2 teams right now. Stephon Castle, I haven't even mentioned. Like they just have good guys on their roster. Jeremy Sohan isn't playing. It's just a good team. So there you have it. Those are my picks for the teams that can contend outside of obviously Dubs and Nuggets that I did a separate video on. We will be doing a few more teams. I have to cover a lot of the East left that I think are also in contention for pushing for a championship this year. And then we got to talk about the bottom feeders of the league. So expect 2 more videos to come out. I try not to make them too long from here. And then we'll start entering into some more content and some new stuff. So leave a like, subscribe, much appreciated. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.